Do you want to bring more creativity and lively arts to your homeschool lessons? The Taproot Teacher Training for Homeschoolers is the perfect opportunity to learn how to create engaging lessons for your children and family. Experience Waldorf-Inspired workshops in the grades, music, art, science, stories, and so much more, plus campfires, yoga, and swimming in the lake. Taproot is a magical in-person weekend training for homeschoolers in Northeastern Ohio every summer. It's like summer camp, a teacher training, and personal retreat all in one. Join us for the 18th annual Taproot Teacher Training, August 1st through 4th, 2024, where you'll meet new friends on the homeschooling journey and get the homeschooling guidance you need to homeschool with confidence. Check out all the photos to see for yourself at artofhomeschooling.com/taproot2024. And while you're there, you can put your name on the interest list. We open registration to this list first so that those who are most interested can register before we open to the public. And I'd love to see you at Taproot 2024.
You're listening to the Art of Homeschooling podcast, where we help parents cultivate creativity and connection at home. I'm your host, Jean Miller, and here on this podcast, you'll find stories and inspiration to bring you the confidence you need to make homeschooling work for your family. Let's begin.
Have you ever wondered how nature study can really be considered science? I wondered this myself on my own homeschooling journey. In the early grades, I often felt like I was just stalling the learning. I thought I was supposed to hold off for a while before really digging into the core subjects that many of us associate with elementary school. I've heard other people say this about the Waldorf approach as well. I'm wondering, have you ever felt like that? Here's the thing. Once I began to really understand the Waldorf method more clearly, I was able to grasp how certain experiences or activities lay the foundation for the study of subjects later on. I remember somebody describing this to me as kind of winding up the spring or setting a spring so that when the time comes, children can just burst forth with their learning. But there's some preparation we need to do first. In the field of education, this is often referred to as a spiral curriculum. Here's a good definition of this. A spiral curriculum is one in which there is an iterative revisiting of topics, subjects, or themes over time. A spiral curriculum is not simply the repetition of a topic taught, it also requires the deepening of it, with each successive encounter building on the previous one. With the Waldorf approach, we start with experiences. I like to say to homeschooling parents all the time, the experience before the explanation. This means that with any subject, really, we want to craft experiences for our children that will spark an interest for later, more in-depth study. And we want to teach preliminary skills in that subject. With reading and writing, that often means memorizing poems or reading aloud to our kiddos. With math, that's adding movements to counting, like skip counting or tossing beanbags while reciting times tables. And with science, the experience to start with is nature study. And that's what we're talking about today. Why does nature study help to lay a strong foundation for the study of sciences later on? Let's explore what nature study can offer to our children. It might be a lot more than you think. Nature study can bring a rich and multifaceted educational experience for our kiddos, touching on various aspects of their development and learning. Engaging with the natural world is not only something that attracts children at a young age, they're just naturally attracted to animals and being outdoors. But the natural world, these experiences in the natural world also teach children important lessons that extend far beyond academic knowledge, fostering a broad range of skills and values. Here are just some of the key benefits, lessons, and skills that children learn through nature study. Let's start with observational skills. Nature study enhances a child's ability to observe and notice details. They learn to notice changes over time and see differences between, say, animal species or plants. They observe patterns and notice changes over time. All of these observational skills are fundamental to later scientific inquiry, and it all starts with curiosity and wonder. The natural world is full of wonders that spark a child's curiosity. So, by exploring nature, children develop a sense of awe and wonder, fostering a lifelong love for learning. Questions that arise during nature studies can lead to deeper research and exploration down the road, fueling our kiddos' curiosity further. This might look like wondering what's under a rock in a stream. We loved going on stream hikes or stream walks when my kids were little, and they would turn over rocks and see what was underneath. Maybe they would find salamander larvae. This curiosity can foster keen observation skills that are later so important to the ability to observe the characteristics or properties being demonstrated in physics or chemistry in middle school, or experiments with heat and magnetism. Next up, critical thinking and problem solving. Creativity and imagination can lead to the scientific skills of critical thinking and creative problem solving. Nature study encourages children to think critically and solve problems because of this sense of wonder and asking all kinds of questions, even without them realizing this in the early years. Children learn to hypothesize why certain phenomena occur, such as seasonal changes or animal behaviors. At first, this really just looks like guessing. Like, I wonder why. Like a child might think, I wonder where that frog came from, and look at all the tadpoles in the water next to it. This is why we don't always want to answer our children's questions immediately with facts that we know. We want to give them a chance to wonder and make guesses of their own. Watching a spider build its nest in your garden or shed every day over a week's time and imagining what its daily life is like, what it will eat, why it's hiding, and who it might see from its vantage point can inspire creative thinking and hypothesizing imaginatively. These are essential skills for writing a lab report, for example, which requires careful observation of a process or procedure and the ability to express a conclusion using critical thinking. Nature study also fosters patience and focus. Nature often requires observers to be patient and focused, whether waiting for a butterfly to emerge from its chrysalis or observing the slow growth of plants. These are valuable skills that are naturally cultivated through the study of nature, just really through experiences in nature. Creativity and imagination, plus other life skills, is our next area of focus. The natural world inspires creativity and imagination. Children might imagine what life is like for animals or invent stories about the plants and trees they encounter, fostering creative thinking and storytelling skills. Spending time in nature has also been shown to reduce stress, improve mood, and enhance physical health. Nature study encourages outdoor activity, which can lead to increased physical fitness and emotional well-being. In addition, by learning about the natural world and its ecosystems, children develop a deeper respect for the environment. This understanding can lead to a sense of responsibility for protecting natural spaces and conserving resources. Nature study also teaches children about the interconnectedness of life and the importance of every organism in an ecosystem. This holistic understanding can really foster a sense of belonging and stewardship for the earth. We can model and teach our children to say thank you to the stream for letting us play. Thank you to the woods for the cool, shady hike on a hot summer morning. And thank you to the meadow for the flowers we collected. Thank you to the turtle we got to see sunning itself on a log. Activities such as gardening or tracking weather patterns teach practical life skills, including how to care for plants or understand meteorological concepts. These skills can encourage self-sufficiency and a practical understanding of the world. And all of these life skills are skills that we really want our children to learn. So there you have it. Can you believe so many important skills are learned through experiences in nature? Observational skills, critical thinking and problem solving, patience and focus, creativity and imagination, and other practical life skills. If you're feeling inspired now, go have a listen to episode 91 here on the podcast. How can we restore connections through nature study? You'll hear more about what nature study is specifically and why it's so nourishing, plus lots of how-to tips for you to explore with your family. And if you want another fun and practical idea for getting out in nature, check out episode 105 to learn how to bring nature-inspired found poetry to your children. I'll be sure to link to both of those in the show notes for this episode, which you can find at artofhomeschooling.com/episode 171. If you'd like more guidance on your homeschooling journey in these areas, we have a nature study masterclass inside the Inspired at Home community. And our focus for the month of March is science through the grades. Find out more about Inspired at Home in the show notes as well. Here's what I want to leave you with today. Nature study, especially when approached with curiosity and reverence, offers children a holistic education that nurtures their intellectual, emotional, physical, and spiritual development. In addition, nature study lays a strong foundation for later scientific study and fosters a lifelong relationship with the natural world. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll catch you next time.
That's all for today, my friend. But here's what I want you to remember. Rather than perfection, let's focus on connection. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Art of Homeschooling podcast.